with a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. Don't really need down to finish. I don't play it.
And, Coach, we are down on the Bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here in New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Atlanta Falcons. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. A first down throw coming for Vic. He completes it to Julio Jones. 12 yards is the pickup, good for a first down for the Falcons.
Get used to that, folks. The Falcons are going to look number 11's way early and often, and he's onto the stat sheet already on the first play from scrimmage.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Vic goes play action. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. From the gun, Vic. Flush to his right. He'll run it. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Play action now, Vic. He's going to run, but he's got a long. Now Vic's stripped. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football.
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
On 2nd and 9, Breeze. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Ready? We ready? We own it. Hey, break it down, fellas. Break it down.
Breeze now on first down. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's got this down to the 35. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback, a tight end you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get them the football in the passing game.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
From the 31, Breeze. There goes a deep ball, end zone. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Chandler, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Ready? 95, 56. 45 to Mike. Here we go. Check.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 19.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Hey, Haywood.
45. Mike, 45. Defense,
Shotgun now for Breeze. The quick slant caught. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. The Saints on 4th down last year, 13 of 16, second best in the league, and they'll try it here. Breeze going to go on 4th down. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. From 3 yards out, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So here's Vic following the interception. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And I think the ball's out.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Retains possession.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. In for the score. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away.
Let's go. Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Breeze going to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Breeze. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over first and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10 at the 40. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 36 yards on the play. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. From the shotgun, it's Vick being chased out left. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day. Kill.
They'll try to throw it here. Vick. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on third.
Let's go, D. Jump, 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 jump.
Working out of the gun, Michael Vick. And that will be incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistent.
And he's into the clear. Past the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. Remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On second down, it's Sanders. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The Falcons on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
First down, Atlanta.
On first down, Sanders. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it.
Next pass. Complete to Julio Jones.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They will indeed go for it. Vick. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll bring up a second down.
8 yards on the pick.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Throwing again on second down. Breeze. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Ready.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Double time, double time. Hey, 4 down, 4 down. 60 mark, 60 mark, 60 mark. Hey, we got to get this done.
Here's Breeze. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Throwing now is Breeze. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker. Complete.
Complete to number 87.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Big stop, G.
From the gun on third down, Breeze. And Graham's got it. Complete. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So now on fourth down, Sean Payton's going to turn it over to the field goal unit. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get the second half to play.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. So they hit the ball before it went 10 yards. I know that's tough, but you got to stay disciplined.
It is difficult because you're so eager to go get the football. It's that type of a play, but you're exactly right. Have to have the discipline to let it go 10 first.
Ready. 5-9. 60 mark. Here we go. Easy, opposite. Say. Under. 26.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but get
touchdown, New Orleans! As his guys are in for 6, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're down in this game, a chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
From the 36, Vick. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The 20, 10, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A big play there with touchdown number 15 on the year and second of the game, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Here's Bryant for the extra point. And that will tie our game here in the third quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for second and 23. Now Breeze. And he's going to go down again.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, that allows your blitzers to get there.
A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for fourth down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. This will be taken at the 10. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. 17 yards and a 1st down for Atlanta. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
On 2nd and 1, Vick. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Vick to the air again. And his throw is incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Vick. Now Vick stripped. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
For Vick. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. And this is off the left upright, and it caroms in. Not the most convincing kick you'll see, but he got it to go. And that will break our tie and give him a 3-point lead.
The Saints take over
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Opposite. 60 mark, 60 mark, 60 mark. Let's go, baby. Hey, Delta.
Breeze now. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A pickup of 5 that time and a first down.
That's good for the Saints.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. To throw is Breeze. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. He is a difference maker at the linebacker position. He had a pick 6 last year, remember it. But it's different for those guys, isn't it, than a corner or a safety?
It certainly is, because sometimes they're pattern reading, seeing what the receivers are doing. Sometimes they're spot dropping, just getting to a place on the field and finding the quarterback and going to the ball. But remember this, these linebackers, at one time in their life, a lot of them were running backs. And they love having the ball back in their hands and making big moves towards the end zone.
Bryant's extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Drew Brees, 6 fourth-quarter comebacks a season ago, and that led the NFL. He'll try to deliver another one. From the 27, Brees. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. They go play action here on first down. And he slings one that's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
It's a party now. 45, 45, 45. You're good, you're good. Right forward, ready. Check the backer, check the backer. 20 seconds.
Now Breeze. And that is incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They run, it's Kamara, and he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Alvin Kamara unable to push past that yellow line. And this defense will take over right at midfield. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Here's Sanders. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards there and a Falcon 1st down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe
under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Vic goes play action. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
It has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Here's Matt Bosher now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Ready?
3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
Watch the screen. 45, 45. Mike, 45.
Now Breeze. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Sanders. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They'll run. It's Sanders. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. 2 yards on the 1st down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
No, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. So don't say nothing. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
On 4th down, Vic. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away.
The Saints take over.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I I think you are. I don't think that there's any...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offense coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more, but a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
Tighten up. 36. Switch.
A first down throw coming for Vick. It's complete to Jones. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
And the Falcon first down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. On first down, Sanders. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. The play fake, Vick. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. In for the score. And the Falcons push further out in front. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm. That part was easy. You can see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty. Yeah, after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. Just one last drive here for pride. Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there. Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. On the ground, Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Rabbit. 45's the mark. Not here.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
So Breeze is going to stay out there, and they're going to go for this on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Breeze. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory. Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room. So here's Vic following the interception. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist. And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand. You seem a little squeamish about that last score. I struggle with this one. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them. I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
The score, Falcons 55, Saints 24. Matt Bryant set to kick off.
And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning. They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow. So for the Falcons, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.